I have to put my dogs down. They're dangerous, they've bitten people, attacked cats, and there's a file on them now with animal control marking them as a threat. But my daughter loves them with the kind of pure, uncomplicated love that only an 8-year-old can have. She sleeps between them every single night, her arms wrapped around their necks, whispering that she'll never let anyone take them away. And I know with a certainty that makes me sick, that she will never forgive me for this. There is no good choice here, only different versions of the same nightmare. I'm a single mom and it's just the three of us. Me, my daughter, and these 2 dogs I rescued 5 years ago when they were puppies. I thought I was doing something good, something noble even. Saving animals, teaching my daughter compassion, building a family out of broken pieces. Love would be enough, I told myself. God, I was so naive. It started small, the way these things always do, with barking that seemed a little too aggressive and lunging at other dogs during walks that felt a little too violent. I told myself it was normal, that they were just protective of their family, that this was what dogs did. Hired a trainer, spent $800 I didn't have on someone who promised structure and consistency would fix everything. So I tried, I really tried. Every morning before work, every evening after, the same routine until my voice went hoarse. Heel, sit, stay. For months I did this. It didn't work. The barking escalated into something that made neighbors cross the street to avoid us. Then came the incident that should have been my wake-up call. My daughter invited a friend over, a sweet girl from her class, and one of the dogs cornered her in the hallway with teeth bared and a growl that came from somewhere deep and primal. The girl's mother arrived to pick her up early, couldn't get out fast enough, and never let her daughter come back. My daughter cried for a week, and I promised her it wouldn't happen again. I believed it. I needed to believe it. Then they killed the neighbor's cat, just grabbed it through the fence one morning while I was making breakfast, and by the time I heard the screaming and ran outside, it was too late. The neighbor threatened animal control, threatened lawsuits, threatened everything. And I paid for the cat and apologized until my throat was raw and built a higher fence. $2,000. Money I'd been saving for my daughter's school trip to the science museum, the one she'd been talking about for months. She never got to go, and I never told her why. So we moved. New neighborhood, fresh start, clean slate. I convinced myself that maybe the old house had bad energy, that a change of environment would help, and I know how stupid that sounds now. The new place was smaller, the rent was higher, and I picked up extra shifts at work to cover the difference. Started coming home after my daughter was already asleep, leaving before she woke up, and the dogs became her constant companions. She started sleeping between them every night, curled up with one on each side, and I'd find her like that when I checked on her before bed. That image used to make me smile. Now it makes me want to vomit. The biting started 6 months ago with the mail carrier, a nice guy who'd always been friendly, and one of the dogs bit his hand hard enough to draw blood. Citation, warning, court date. I had to keep them inside whenever deliveries came, which meant someone had to be home, which meant more missed work and more money lost. Then my sister visited for the first time in years, trying to reconnect, trying to bridge the gap that had grown between us. She reached for a glass of water and one of them bit her arm. 7 stitches. She hasn't spoken to me since, and my family thinks I've lost my mind keeping these dogs. Maybe they're right. Maybe I lost it a long time ago. I tried medication next because there had to be a solution, there had to be something I hadn't tried yet. The vet prescribed anxiety pills, $300 a month, and they made the dogs drowsy but not less aggressive, just slower to react before they attacked. Took them to a different vet, a specialist this time, who charged $1,200 just for an evaluation, and told me they had fear-based aggression, possibly genetic, probably unfixable. She recommended intensive behavioral therapy for the rest of their lives, thousands and thousands of dollars I didn't have and would never have. So I took out a loan, put myself in debt for a board and train program that cost more than 3 months of rent, and they came back better for exactly 8 weeks before everything fell apart again. Last month at the park, my daughter was playing on the swings and a 4-year-old boy wandered too close, just a baby really, and one of the dogs bit him. His parents screamed, threatened to sue, called animal control, and now there's a dangerous dog designation on official file. One more incident, they told me, just one more and the dogs will be seized and euthanized. Without warning, without me getting to say goodbye. without my daughter understanding why they're suddenly gone. I haven't slept in a week, maybe longer. Every sound in the house makes me jump, every bark makes my heart race, and I feel nauseous all the time like I'm pregnant, except I'm just sick with dread. My hands shake constantly now, a tremor that never quite goes away, and my daughter asks me what's wrong and I lie. Tell her I'm just tired from work. But she knows, because kids always know. She hugs me tighter than usual, begs me not to be sad, and then she goes to her room and I hear her whispering to the dogs through the door, telling them she'll protect them, that she'll never let anyone take them away. That's the knife in my heart. She loves them so completely, so unconditionally, these same dogs that have bitten 3 people and killed an animal and are one incident away from being taken by force. She doesn't see the danger because how could she? She only sees her best friends, the ones who sleep beside her every night, who lick her face when she's sad, who are always happy to see her. How do I explain this to an 8-year-old? How do I make her understand that the things she loves could seriously hurt her, could hurt someone else badly enough that we lose everything we have left? I've called every rescue within 200 miles. None of them will take dogs with bite histories, especially not 2 large dogs, especially not with aggressive tendencies. Looked into sanctuaries, and the only one that would even consider them quoted $15,000. Might as well be $1 million for someone like me. Tried to find experienced handlers who work with difficult dogs, and no one wants them. No one. Even if someone did, am I just passing my problem to someone else? What if they bite again? What if next time it's a child's face? What if next time someone dies? People tell me to put them down, and they say it like it's simple. My brother says I'm being selfish, that I'm prioritizing animals over human safety, over my own daughter's safety. My coworker says any responsible owner would have done it months ago, maybe years ago. The vet suggested it after the park incident, gently but firmly, like she was giving me permission to do what I already knew had to be done. Even strangers on the internet, when I tried asking for advice in a moment of desperation, told me I was a bad mother for not acting sooner. But other people, just as many people, tell me I'd be a monster to kill them, that they're family, that I made a commitment when I adopted them, that there's always another option if I just try harder, that I'm giving up too easily, that my daughter will hate me forever if I do this, will remember me as the mother who murdered her best friends, will carry that trauma for the rest of her life. And they're probably right about that part. I can't win. There's no version of this where everyone is safe and happy and whole. No version where I don't lose something essential, something I can never get back. My daughter's trust, or my peace of mind, or these dogs' lives, or someone else's safety. Something has to break. Someone has to get hurt. The only question is who, and I'm the one who has to choose. I know I failed them. I know I should have done more sooner, been stricter with training, been smarter about the warning signs, been richer so I could afford better help. I know I made mistakes, that I let this go too far, that I kept hoping it would get better when I should have accepted it wouldn't. The dogs didn't ask to be like this. They didn't ask to have whatever genetic wiring makes them dangerous. They didn't ask to be adopted by someone who couldn't fix them, who couldn't give them what they needed. But I did adopt them. I did make that choice. And I did fail them. And now I'm the one who has to decide if they live or die, and either way I lose my daughter's heart. Either way I become the villain in someone's story, either hers or the people who think I should have acted sooner, or my own. My hands are shaking right now as I write this, can barely hold my phone steady. Haven't eaten in 2 days because food makes me gag. The decision is right there in front of me, clear as day, and I can't reach for it. Can't pick up the phone and make the appointment. Can't face the vet and say the words out loud. Can't imagine my daughter's face when I tell her. Can't imagine the betrayal in her eyes. Can't imagine coming home to a house without them. But I also can't imagine staying in this house with them. Can't imagine waiting for the next incident, the next victim, the next knock on the door from animal control. There is no good choice here. Only different kinds of pain. Different versions of failure. Different ways to break my own heart and everyone else's. Different ways to become someone I don't recognize in the mirror. If you're reading this, please be kind. Please understand that I know I failed these dogs. I know I let this go too far. I was just trying to find a way out, trying to find a solution that didn't exist. There isn't one. There never was.